Good morning. So today we're going to read Joshua 10, 1 through 15. Joshua 10, 1 through 15. So pause me and read. So this is a great story. Adoni-Zedek was the king of Jerusalem, and he was apparently this kind of, we've talked about these tribes, and these royal cities are cities where the kings lived. So a king might have a territory, and like this guy, he lived in Jerusalem, so Jerusalem was a royal city. So he called all these kings of these royal cities and said, hey guys, you know, these Israelites we got to stop this, because here's what they've done. They've done Jericho, they've done Ai, and now they made a treaty with the Gibeonites, and apparently this Gibeon place is pretty important, and we got to stop them. We got to do it. We got to do it now. So they joined up, yay, we're all one team, and went up to Gibeon, and the Gibeonites said, hey, Josh, remember that treaty you made with us, even though we deceived you? Now you got to take care of us. So kind of the lesson here is, well, one of the lessons here is that God's going to use the bad, the deception, and make it good for Israel. So all 5 of these kings and their troops are in one place. So Joshua didn't have to go to them. Well, he had to go to Gilgal, but he didn't have to go individually to them. And he wasn't the aggressor. They were the aggressors. So he goes down, and he marches. And best I can tell, this is about 10 miles to Gibeon. He takes, many men, and even his best fighters, and he marches to Gibeon, and he says this is gonna be easy. So he marches all night, and of course they're not expecting him to march all night and attack, but they do. So the 5 kings are in total confusion. And even if they had little spies running ahead of them saying, oh, they're coming, it takes a while to get 5 different armies ready. So they beat them. They pursued them along the road to Beth Horon, which was north, and all the way to Azekah and Makkedah, which are south. So these enemies apparently just dispersed. I mean, they're going every which way, and the Israelites go after them. And as they fled on the road from from Beth Horon to Azekah, these hailstones start coming down. So, there's lots of theories on hailstones and why, and are these natural acts. And again, God is God. He can do exactly what he wants to do when he wants to do it. In this case, it was great because more of the hailstones killed the Amorites than the Israelites actually did. So Joshua is still, this has been a long day, right? So they did so they marched all night. They got to Gibeon. They didn't sleep. They went another 10 miles chasing these guys. I'm guessing about 10 miles, looking at a map. Not good on distances. And so Joshua's like, he should be exhausted, right? And he's saying, no, let this day be longer. Let it be longer. Haven't we had great days like that? And so he says, sun, stand still. And the sun did stand still. So what he's doing here, he's not actually praying to the sun or the moon. He's praying to God. He's quoting the book of Jashar, which is kind of a, it has not made it, obviously, to modern day, but it's mentioned a couple of times in the Bible, and apparently it's a history of war or historic battles for the Israelites. Maybe, but it is mentioned several times. So the sun stopped and delayed going down for about a full day. And I love, surely the Lord was fighting for Israel, a day when the Lord listened to a man. So the lessons, the tons of lessons here, obviously, but the lesson here is don't be slow. Don't put off. Joshua wasn't slow. He marched through the night. He battled. He kept marching. He asked God for more time, and God gave it to him. So don't be afraid to ask, and go after what you hear God is telling you to do. Go after it. See you tomorrow.